The schoolshape language lab contains quite a lot of tools for you to build your own assessment materials. However, the best place to start is normally getting a public resource and using that resource directly, or to adapt that resource. So we'll just click on the public resource area and find a resource and bring it into our own classroom practice. So first of all, you can just scroll through the resources yourself as a teacher and have a look at some look through the topics by channels, by skill, etc. So I'll just look at the pharmacy and it's loaded up. So you can see you may have to scroll through these. So if you double click on any question, you can see different types of questions show up. So question 1 here is a drag and drop type question. You can try to test this out as a teacher yourself before you set it for your students. First question, je peux vous aider, means can I help you? So you just drag and drop the word help in here, like any given closed test. Now the nice thing about this from a teacher point of view is that the student can do this at their own pace, and when they submit it, the computer will give marks and feedback for the closed test type question, as you can see in question 1 and 2 here. You have two options. You can adapt this, and I'll just show you what that looks like, which gives you options to either delete, move on to your quiz. I'll just move on to section 1 here. You can change answers if you wish. You can change questions here. You can add gaps and so on. You can make alterations to the quizzes. And then once you're happy, you can set this for your students. So I'm just going to set this quiz for my students. And I'm going to choose the group Level 5 French. Other options you have are in the More tab. You can set this for some time in the future. For example, if you want it to be a homework task that doesn't start until after school hours, you can set that, and you can also restrict when students are able to submit their answers. And I'll set the task. So now you can see that the tasks in progress are available for the students. I'm going to log on as a student, show how the task is completed, and then we're going to review how a teacher can feedback on this task. Now we've logged on as a student John Doe, you can see the teacher has set a task and it appears in John Doe's to-do bar. So when he clicks on the task, it'll load up and he can complete the exercise. Once the student is happy that all the questions have been completed and are satisfied or ready, they can click hand in to finish the work. Prompted to finish all questions before handing in. So I see here when I scroll back, I've missed the second question, which I can now complete. Now I'm confident I've completed everything and I can hand in the work. The message appears asking me, am I sure I wish to hand in, as you won't be able to retrieve the work without the teacher giving permission. So I'll just click OK here. And the work is handed in. Anything that can be scored automatically is now scored. And a score of 16 out of 34 is given. Once you click on the Go Back button, the student can return to the main screen. The teacher now in their main home panel will see the work that's been handed in with this hand-in symbol beside it. So you can just click and view their progress. As you can see, 16 out of 34. And then the question that was recorded by the student can be played. Once that's played, it can be paused, it can be stopped and reset and so on. You even have the option to download this work and form a portfolio for the student if you wish, or take it away for external assessment. And you can enter some feedback. For the entire task, feedback can be entered up here as opposed to individual questions. Once you finish your feedback process as the teacher, you have three options. You can return the marked work to the student as satisfactory work. You can excuse the student from doing the work, or in this case here we feel more effort is required and we feel for the student to progress on to the next assignment, we can ask them to redo the work. Now on the left hand side we can see that the student John Doe has been marked for this task and of course we can return home. With the overall progress of the class with regards to submissions, you can enter the markbook and you can see the progress of all individual students in this task and see the group progress as a whole, that one student has submitted who has to redo, and the rest of the students have to be encouraged to submit their work. And finally, you can see immediately when the student logs back on, their feedback will pop up on the notice board to them, and you can see that they're being requested to redo the work by the student and to reattempt questions 2 to 5. So they can either return home to another activity or click on the option to redo the work and undertake the same process of answering questions and handing it to the teacher once they're satisfied.